is the administration. So firstly, we've heard our customers, you guys, and the first thing that is important to note is that the administration by default can be disabled or is disabled. So your customers, when they log in, won't have administration, which means you don't have to stress about having to build user roles to stop them from changing anything. So again, you control this. First thing you'll notice is the tree now has grouping. So we've grouped everything together: hardware, providers, profiles, organization, analytics, and accounts, making the tree easy to find and manage. So hardware is obviously all my devices, providers are anything like device providers and so forth. Okay, tree is easy to use. You can roll everything up. And now instead of having to click show all clients like we did in the old UI to go up a level, I click the up level. So now I see the vendor in charge of those clients. So I'm in Sandbox Client 1 and I've gone up one level to the vendor. Okay, so I'm going to click the home button to go back to my tree. The second thing you'll notice when you're in here is the consistency. So when I click a feature like assets, I see my items listed, and on the right-hand side, I've got a bunch of tools which you can work out to add, refresh, filter, choose your columns, and download as an export. If I choose devices, I see the list and the same tools. If I go to IO types, same tools, same list. Cost centers, same tools, slightly different, but same features, same management. And so everything is now consistent. There is no right clicking to do anything in the new UI. You click the add button, you tell the software where you would like to add it. You can filter the information so that you can quickly and easily find the type of device you're looking for, okay? Or whether it's inactive, active, deleted, whatever the case is. Those are the filters. So everything is quick, easy to identify. The other thing that's very important is now when you have 50 assets in a client and you would like to apply an asset rating to those assets, we have a bulk management feature. I click one asset and obviously I can do all of my administration like before. Now what I do is I hold down the control button or the shift button and I'm able to change anything that I see. So in this case, I can change the type, color, cost center, and groups. If I go to settings, I can apply asset rating, asset states, and so forth. Anything you see that can be changed will be changed. So let's go and change. I want a provincial border event. And when you apply it, it'll ask you, do you want to apply it to 2? Obviously, that can be anything up to the page, which is 100, and apply, and away you go, it's done. So now the bulk changes are done. What we've done, we've also tried to make sure that things, we've got 2 different devices, so we've tried to stop people from doing things they can't do. So for example, I've got 2 different device types there. One is a Teltonica and one is a Quick Link. You can change them both to a device type in bulk. But when I go to the IO types, it's going to tell me I can't edit them in bulk because they're different. So I have to at least remove one off the list to get the IO types available. So there's a bulk management tool. So everything can be done quickly, easily, without pain. On the client themselves, you will notice the settings remain the same, except for here, you can set up the SSO as explained. And then the features, as before, are enabled or disabled. There's one extra feature on this list, which is inherited. And I will show you how that works. Notice, administration page is disabled by default. So this client is set up and enable all the features enabled and disabled through another feature we've built at the vendor level called client groups. Now, client groups allow you to manage clients in groups, exactly as it says. And what you're able to do is enable and disable, and notice I can move everything around to give you a nice view. Everything is enabled and disabled through a client group. So I build a client group, give it a name, and then I choose the features I would like to enable or disable. Notice you can enable the overview page. You can even enable the activity feed, disable the event feed if you would like to, enable the alert feed if you would like to, so you have more control over what you would like to do. You can enable the dashboard, disable, and you can see all the features that you can switch on. The external tabs you can also add at this point, and the administration. Same group, I can also enable or disable road speed. One other feature that is useful for you is that you can customize the emails that go out to your clients. Now, you're doing this in one file swoop. So if all your clients have the same features, you would have one client group. If you're selling staggered products, like a silver, gold, and platinum package, you could have different client groups. And here, you can set up the different features and different emails. So when they're invited to the platform, you could have a nice message that is your own, as long as you don't change those squiggly lines. Anything in those, I don't know what you call them, gone blank, but you can see I can edit these at my leisure, and so can you. And so the client groups allows you with one fell swoop to change everything on a client. So what I've built is a limited feature set where I've disabled a lot of the features. And this client that I'm in, Sandbox Client 1, is in the client group full set of features, full suite of features. Notice on the left-hand side, if I change this to limited and save it, it changes the left-hand side. My menu has reduced to that which I've set up, which means no more faffing around in a client, going down to the level and checking and unchecking. As long as you're consistent, I can still go into the client and say everything that is disabled, maybe I want to enable reporting page. I can enable it at the client level, overriding the client group setting, but not changing the client group. So the other clients won't be affected, only this one. So this is a feature that makes your life so much easier to add new clients and edit the clients in the platform already there. So that is the administration. You can see at the vendor level, we've also grouped items as well, making life easy for you guys. The important feature to know as well is that everything is linked to your domain. So once you put a domain at your vendor level, which is test.keytelematics.co.uk, everything I do links to this domain. If I change the email messages to my customers, it'll use this domain in that link. This is critical. The themes that I choose are linked to my domain. Okay, so if I refresh my screen, all going well, this new theme has pulled through. Sorry, that's quite bright. And notice my login message. So when I go back to my login page, anything linked to my domain pulls through quite quickly. Okay. So that is, in a nutshell, a few of the features or the new features. Those are the new features in the administration.